The Widow of Black Hollow. In the shadowed hills of Appalachia, where the fog clings to the trees like a shroud and the wind carries whispers through the hollows, there lived a woman known only as the Hatfield Widow. Her real name had long been forgotten, for the people of Black Hollow spoke of her only in hushed tones, as if uttering her name might summon her from the darkness. She had once been the wife of a Hatfield man, a hard and proud family whose blood feuds and grudges were carved into the land itself. But her husband had died young, leaving her with nothing but a crumbling cabin, a mountain of debts, and a daughter named Eliza. The widow was a woman of sharp cheekbones and sharper eyes, her beauty faded but not gone, her spirit hardened by hunger and desperation. The widow's debts were owed to men who did not forgive easily. They came to her door at night, their boots heavy on the porch, their voices low and threatening. She had nothing left to give them, no livestock, no land worth taking, no kin willing to help. All she had was Eliza. Eliza was 16, with hair like spun gold and eyes the color of storm clouds. She was quiet, gentle, and untouched by the cruelty of the world, but the widow saw her not as a daughter, but as a bargaining chip. And so, one night when the moon was hidden behind thick clouds, the widow struck a deal. She sold her daughter's purity to the highest bidder, a wealthy man from across the ridge who was said to dabble in dark things. The night Eliza was taken, the widow sat by the fire, her hands trembling though her face remained cold. She told herself it was survival, that she had no choice, but the mountains remember and the land does not forgive. Eliza never returned. Some said the man kept her locked away, others whispered she had been sacrificed in some unholy ritual, but the truth was darker still. For weeks after, the widow heard footsteps outside her cabin at night. She would open the door to find no one there, only the sound of weeping carried on the wind. The mirror above her hearth began to cloud, and in its depths she swore she saw Eliza's face, pale, hollow-eyed, her lips moving though no sound came. The widow tried to pray, but the words caught in her throat. She tried to drink, but the liquor turned to ash on her tongue. And then, one night, she awoke to find Eliza standing at the foot of her bed. Her daughter's dress was torn, her skin gray and cold, her eyes black as coal. "You sold me," Eliza whispered, her voice like the rustle of dead leaves, "and now you will pay." The widow screamed, but no one came. The neighbors claimed they heard her cries echoing through the hollow, but none dared approach. By morning, the cabin was silent. When they finally entered, they found the widow's body hanging from the rafters, her face twisted in terror. A mother's debt is never paid. From that day on, the cabin was abandoned. Travelers who passed through Black Hollow spoke of seeing a pale girl wandering the woods, her hair tangled, her eyes empty. They said she knocks on doors at night, asking in a voice like broken glass, "Would you sell me too?" And those foolish enough to answer never see the dawn. The Hatfield widow's story became a warning whispered to children by firelight. Beware the price of desperation, for some debts are collected not in coin, but in souls. Even now, when the fog rolls thick through the hollow and the night grows too quiet, the people of Appalachia bar their doors and whisper prayers, for they know the widow still walks, searching for others who would trade blood for survival and for the daughters who must pay the price.